Yeah.
Mine's paper. I tried.
You know what? We actually used to have bells for this. And that could probably get really annoying. But could you imagine like listening to us? And it's like ding, ding, ding. You're like, what's the matter?
We'll keep the paper.
we'll keep the paper and the whatever the hell clay or whatever that is. I don't know. Anyway, guys, welcome back to Anchorwatch, our weekly Below Deck chat, where we take over Adam's channel to recap the highest rated show on Bravo, Below Deck, which I feel like right now we have a lot to talk about, which is nice. It's a change. It's a change.
Finally, we're on the right path. We were anticipating that maybe the Below Deck that we love is back, and I really do think it is. I really do.
It's getting there. I mean, this is episode 11. You know, we only have a few more episodes left. I think 5, and then we're done
with this one.
How has the anticipation of the season? That's what I want to start. And live chat too, guys. While we're waiting for people to come in the room and stuff, we're going to be reading our favorite captions from last night from X and Reddit or wherever you like look at during the show, which I love to do. And I just want to see what you guys rate this episode. So go ahead and rate that in the live chat. We're waiting for people to come in the room. And then, yeah, Gelsey, what did you anticipate the season and what has it given us?
Well, I definitely anticipated the season to be a lot more what the last 2 episodes have been. I thought that was going to be the whole season. There was a couple like moments in the beginning. I was like, oh my God, like right off the bat, they forget the luggage on the dock, the bosun socks, all these things that I'm like, oh, this is going to be good.
It's going to be good.
Yeah. And then it just like fell so flat. We all know that. We've talked about it this whole time about how much it's disappointing us. But now it's kind of revving back. And I feel like the things that they put in the season preview are all happening now, which finally.
Finally.
I do feel like I think we're going to get, I mean, clearly we're going to get in. I feel like this whole episode was revolved around Kyle. So I'm not going to get into it yet. But I do feel like there still is there was a lot of cock teasing, if I have no other way to put it. And it's the only thing my brain wants to say right now. I feel like they still are, it's kind of this, like, we're expecting people to get fired. They're making it look a certain way. And it's just still kind of like, yeah, not quite like, which I get. Again, I always
we're riding a wave.
Side, but yeah, I think there's still a little bit of like worm dangling, which I've been saying from the beginning, but they're finally, it's stepping up, and it's I'm more engaged now than I was.
I am more engaged. I'm more excited about it, which is nice because like last night I sat down to watch it. I'm like, now I just never know what we're gonna get. So I'm like, am I excited to watch this? Am I gonna waste my time for a good hour? But yeah, it did definitely it did give, which I was excited about. And I have so much to talk to you guys about. But before we jump in the episode, I want to read what people are saying on X. It's our new favorite thing to do at the top of the show here. Plus, Gelsey, I want to start the show and talk about Watch What Happens Live last night, because Kyle and Fraser were both on with Andy last night. Oh, right. Well, I cannot wait. I cannot wait to hear what you're going to. Cannot wait. So this is what people are saying last night. Christina says about last night's episode on X. Kaylin RN says maybe, just maybe, Jess shouldn't date anymore.
You think? We're clearly not ready, girl.
We're not. No. It's reality TV, Below Deck. This show should be renamed Boat Sluts.
I almost just spat my coffee out all over my MacBook. Literally, like, I was like, nah.
Shout out to Dustin Cohn. We always bring you up every week here on Anchorwatch. Dustin says from X, really don't feel bad for Jess after she misled Barbara and made out with the neighborhood kissing booth, aka Solene. So crazy. Game of Thrones again making another appearance. Jess, leave Barbara alone. And then Dustin Cohn said Chef Anthony came from being fired last season to perfecting every dish this season. He has become a badass chef, and I have to agree. I'm really enjoying him.
Yeah.
And then one more is from Julie, reincarnated at Jules SCXO. She says on X, Fraser, stop babying this bitch. She caused all the problems on her own, and she's lazy as shit. And we are talking about Solene, because I don't know if you guys saw, like, he was kind of like babying her in a way, babysitting.
Yes.
It was weird. It was weird.
I'm
Hey,
so over that whole dynamic. I'm over Solene being like, again, it's in my notes to make sure I touch on her just being like, I'm so hurt and I feel like a truck ran over me. And I'm like, bitch,
you created this. This
you
is
and
what you're
going around
doing.
making out with other people and then being like, how dare they?
I
That's when
don't
it
know
gets
how France felt about, her Love Island appearance, but I'm over her on Bravo in general. I never want to see her on Bravo again, and I'm definitely over her on Below Deck. This is not the show for Solane, and I think we've talked about that. But now it's really getting annoying. So I think because she has been annoying so much and such like um, a very not liked cast and crew member. I think what production is going to do, how they're going to structure this, is they're probably going to fire her in the next like episode or two just to give us a little, a little something something.
right.
Guys, if you haven't rated the show, rate it. I'm seeing like 7s and 8s in the live chat. So last night on Watch What Happens Live, when they have Below Deck people on, like Andy just doesn't care. I don't know if you could tell that, but
He
it's a
does
show he
not.
doesn't produce. He doesn't produce the show. He does not care. So it's really interesting. But then you pair him with Fraser and Kyle, and Fraser is there like making an appearance, ready to make it all about him. And then Kyle steals the show saying he wants to go into the porn industry. What a wild fucking episode of Watch What Happens Live. We were texting during it, but like, what did you think about all of that?
Oh my God. Part of me, honestly, when Kyle said that and was like, I want to get into OnlyFans and I want to explore the industry, kind of, I was like, you should, buddy. That makes sense for how much. I mean, you're picking up random chicks within, which we are going to dissect that because I have a lot to say about that. But you're picking up random chicks. He obviously like is excited to put his dick in everything and wants to and enjoys it. Yeah, I want to talk about her when we get there because so much to say. Like,
who's worse in this scenario?
And like, did she sign something knowing she's going to be filmed being a little tramp? Like, that's where I was like, this has to be a setup. I don't know. We'll get there. Watch What Happens Live. Stay focused. I think he would be very successful in the adult industry. And if that's the way he wants to go, like, I think he'd be better off doing that than getting back on a yacht. And so it's nothing I would ever want to do. But if that's the way you go, cool, do it. And you know what? I was just like, you're the perfect kind of guy to do that. I'm sick of this. Didn't I? Did my dick slip in or not with the Helen thing?
Oh man.
It's still, even on Watch What Happens Live. And I understand when they go on this because we still have next week's episode where it's coming up again. And they can't spoil anything. I'm just still I'm sick of the did it, didn't it? And I'm just like, okay, buddy, like we're done. Like, I don't know. I'm just annoyed by it. And then Fraser, he looked very polished. I even saw on his Instagram, he was like repping the jewelry to be like shout out. And I get that's what we do when we're influencers. But there was just this very like celebrity vibe. Like, I'm here.
Adam and I actually talk about this all the time because there was a cast member, and I'm not trying to pick on him. I'm sure he doesn't watch this anymore anyway. But his name is Kyle Villogen, and he was from Below Deck Med. And he was on 2 seasons, and oh my God, so dramatic, Gelsey. Like, this guy fell downstairs and twisted his ankle, and he was like, I can't. And then, he was sick, and then he was heartbroken. It was so dramatic. It was almost just as bad as Solene, now that I think about it. It was just like, God. Anyway, so at BravoCon, he went to 2 of them. The first one he wasn't invited to because they don't invite every Below Deck person, but he did a really good job, took a cameraman and started hosting and stuff like that. But by the next time he came to Below Deck after his second season, he was like too big of a star for anybody. And I'm like, bro, you're not a housewife. You're not even like one of the names. You're not a main cast member, because what I love about Below Deck is we have a revolving door. So you meet a lot of interesting people like you would in the yachting industry. And I think that's what keeps it interesting. I see the same thing kind of with Fraser a little bit. And I don't know if you caught this, but he was kind of like coaching Kyle along a little bit and like patting him a lot. Did you notice that?
I did notice that. And it came off to me icky. Like, it came off to me like as if he was like his PR rep, or that he's like, it's like you said, like coaching. And it came off very like, I'm better at this than you. You're here because you have the story everyone wants to talk about.
Welcome to Watch What Happens Live. I've been here.
they brought me on to make sure it goes smoothly and stay professional. And I'm here because you can't handle it. It had that vibe and it made me get the ick. I was like,
It's icky. Like, what is
it was
happening
icky.
here?
And oh my God, Andy was so
What is
over it.
happening?
I do want to point out something that I noticed that they said. I don't know if it was a slip or not, but you know how there's kind of in the previews for next week, Kyle brings up again, like I got away with something. And it's like, okay, maybe he'll get fired next week. I did notice that they said something about Fraser was saying something about Damo fooling around with him more than just kissing. And I was like, oh, do tell. But he was like, it happened when the cameras were off. He's like, me, Damo, and Kyle stayed on a week after filming. And Kyle's like, oh, yeah, that was a good time. And I was like, okay, so he's there until after they film. He didn't get fired. So Kyle's not getting fired this season at all.
He's not getting fired. Though he will never be back on Below Deck, because here's the problem. You lied. Either you're lying or you lied one way or the other, right? Mm-hmm. And so you're making the guest look bad, like Captain Carey said too. You're ruining this reputation of the guest, and you can't do that because these individual yachts, they have these charter programs. Some are better than others, but they're known for their charter programs. They're known for like the cruise they have and some of the things that they do. You know, some of their, what is it called? Why am I blanking on that? Like when they go snorkeling or whatever, excursion. You know, their excursions. Thank you. Mm-hmm. They're known for these things. So it is a bad rep. That is a real boat. The Motor Yacht St. David is a real boat. So Starship, which was Motor Yacht Sienna, which used to be on Below Deck for many, many seasons, it got renamed Starship, probably because of the show, but they have a very big charter program. So it takes, if you have one crew member like this, who's just a mess, like it ruins the reputation. So I totally get where he's coming from. However, now you're a liability because now you're saying you did something and then you're not for attention, and you will not be back on Below Deck. It's just not going to happen. It's really not going to happen. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. No,
crazy.
I just want to shout out real quick. Anita made a comment and I completely agree with her. And I want to not retract, but add on to my statement. Sure, call the woman in the scenario tramp, but Kyle is okay. That is not what I meant by any situation. I just feel like I took enough time and I have a load of shit to unbag in front of you about Kyle, and I just haven't yet. And so that's why I'm like, pause, we'll get there, because I want to talk about this whole scenario. I am not calling her out, the bad one in the situation. He's worse. I'm just curious, since he's a cast member and knows he's being filmed and this is a stranger woman, that's the dynamic I want to talk about. That I'm like, so she knows there's cameras on. That's, you know, it's
there are cameras on, but he's
that's what I mean. That's what I mean. He's already in it, and she's. Did they come up to her beforehand and say, hey, you got to sign something? Or is she a plant?
Absolutely.
Is she a plant a little bit?
Is she a plant? We don't know. I mean,
I feel
is
like
she?
That's how it felt. Because I was like, no woman. I mean, hey, if you're a girl and you want to go out and have some fun and get laid with no strings attached, go for it. I'm never going to call you a slut because I was 20 once. I know how it goes.
We have editing too. So, but you spent 6 minutes at the bar. And then you were on the beach.
I'm not buying the whole situation. There's something there.
Okay, I can't wait to get there because I want to pick your brain about that. Like,
yeah, I know. I was like, there's something missing. There's something, and as a woman who's very like, get some, like, something's not adding up to me.
Yeah, that's very true. That's a really good point. Actually, you had some really good points about Watch What Happens Live last night. When I was texting you, I was like, yeah. Oh my God, yeah, I didn't think about that. Okay, guys, 120 in the room. The best way to tip the crew here is to just hit that like button. It does so much for us, and we really appreciate it. And guys, I do notice that you guys are putting 5-star reviews on the podcast. I just want to give a shout out, if I can find them, to Roxy in Michigan for giving us a 5-star review. And I think there was like another one that came in on the podcast, because if you guys are listening, it just really helps us out, even on the podcast. So thank you. Okay, let's jump in, because Chef Anthony has had his big redemption season. It's great. Yes, he does get annoying at times, like we saw at the villa. And then I think later this season, we're going to see him flip his shit. That's what the previews are giving us anyway. But this is what I like to see, besides the editing. Besides the slow-mo editing of the food, and like, oh, Chef Anthony is making his food. And it's like, that slow-mo thing. And it's like, what are we doing? Like, let's move on. But I do got to give props to production and Chef Anthony. This is something I love to see. This is what I feel Chef Serena who we interviewed last season on Below Deck Down Under, did not get so much of that attention on her food because she was so busy with Lara, or I'm sorry, production and the audience were so busy with the drama between her and
There you
Lara.
go.
But now it's nice to see the food showcased and Anthony showcased. I love to see this because this is the part of yachting that I actually really enjoy. What were your thoughts on Chef Anthony's great dinner while Carrie was getting panties on his head?
I was like, what the hell? I loved how they showcased him because I've expressed in the past couple episodes, I'm over them trying to upplay is he gonna do it? He's not capable. He's stressing out. He can't make this meal. And I'm like, we're past the point of him proving himself.
Oh yeah.
Their production and Fraser were playing up on this whole thing. So I'm really glad that they just took this time to properly showcase it and not even play a little bit of can he, just being like, he did. And I'm glad that they went that way. I'm really happy because he did a beautiful job. Like the tasting menu was absolutely gorgeous. That is not easy to pull off within the time frame he had in the kitchen he had. Like it's really just showcases how incredible yacht chefs are. And I still just don't think they do them enough justice because it's not easy. They probably are the one person on that ship that blows me away the most, and I'm in the most awe of the work.
I know, and they're making not only meals for the guests but also for the crew at the same time, which I can barely make breakfast, and then I'm done. Like I'm not going to do all 3 meals. Like what? Like
for one person,
that'd be crazy. And he's sitting here making the 7-course meal. And I just thought it was really good to watch because that's what I want to see. The other thing I want to bring up too is like Captain Carrie, man, I really hope that next season we have a new chef. Not because Anthony's horrible. Okay. I just would like to see a new chef. I think it's important to see different people. And I hope we have a new chief stew. I'm just going to bring that up because I feel like everything has been so overshadowed for Carrie this season because of all the things he's dealing with. And every time you get a moment with Carrie or he gives you like a story, it's like, God, this guy's great. You know what I mean? Like he's such a great captain, and
so
he
lovable.
is getting more and more TV too, because Captain Lee, it took him a while to become TV captain, where he had his one-line zingers and his little, jokes and way that he was. I feel like Captain Carrie is getting there, and he's becoming a really good like TV captain as well. But I wanted to ask you a question in the live chat too. If you had to bring 3 people, not Captain Carrie, 3 people, live chat, this is for you as well, because I'm really curious. If you had to bring 3 people from this season on to next season, what 3 people would you bring?
Oh, that's a really good question.
It's a hard one because you don't really want to choose anyone.
Damo, I can't believe that's going to be my first pick.
Oh, I did not expect that. Okay.
I think I've always been a fan of his in a weird way and it's like, I have a problem with Peter Pan boys. I have a problem with, Grub, but because he seems to own up to his own, like he takes responsibility for all of that. And he kind of is he has that fun, you don't really know what he's going to do, kind of crazy, but he really has a good line. And the more the season goes on, I respect his line of let's dick around and we need to stay professional. And he's really shown that a lot. So I really do like Damo, and I think he's good TV and whatnot. I'd bring back Rainbow for sure. She's just
I'm on board with all of these right now. So I'm going with this right now. I just want to see who, I know you're going to say Solene next, right?
Oh, 100%. Solene is next. I'm having a hard time with the third. It's kind of a toss up between Barbara. Well, our new bosun is great. He's just not great TV.
Yeah, he's not great TV, but he's, what I enjoy about Hugo is he's yachting. And even if you go look at his Instagram or like his stuff off the show, it's like, oh, you are like really yachting. Like you are a real yachting guy. And I kind of like that balance, because someone's got to balance Solene.
Someone's got to be professional and take good leadership. And he's a really good leader. He always kind of has these really wise words. You know what? Maybe I'm going to pick him. I'm a couple episodes ago, I would have said Jess 100%. I still love the girl. I just think she's got a little bit of growing up to do, and I don't really care to watch the growing up happen on TV. And
Yeah.
Barbara, Barbara was going to be my other pick, but I think I might go with Hugo. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
like, it's sad. It's sad to see Jess, at the beginning of the episode, just jumping in here on that, to see her kind of deal with all of the complicated friendships and relationships that, she's helped create them being
Yeah.
complicated in the first place.
Yeah. It's
She's
her
caused
fault.
most of that. And to see her start off the season as such like a person that you thought was going to jump in and be the bosun, or someone who was really on their shit, but how quickly a girl can just make you flip upside down. Then you kind of like, you lose a little bit of respect. You know what I mean?
You do.
And when you're kind of doing the same thing Solene is doing with the other
Yes.
people too,
She's just as bad. Well, no, she's not as bad as Solene, but she's
no one is.
Even this episode when she's like, oh, Barbara's the real deal. Solene is just a mess. And now she's seeing that how Solene's acting towards her and giving her the cold shoulder. She's like, okay, I'm done. But then when they're all at dinner and when she walked away and she's like, oh, she's so pretty. And I was like, really, dude? Like, she's really got that much of a hold on you because she's so hot, which I really don't think she is. I was like, I'm sorry. Can you open up a Vogue magazine or something? Like, she's not all that in a bag of potato chips. So wake up call, Jess. Which I do want to say, shout out to Jess, because I do follow her on Instagram and I've been following her life, and she is in a relationship, and she bagged a banger. Her girlfriend is beautiful. I was like, okay, Jess. They're like in Tucson,
you remember
Arizona
too,
right
they
now.
filmed this
Cute.
last year, like last spring, right? So we're watching something a year and a little bit out. So I'm sure that she went through a lot of stuff, found this girl, and is now watching herself back being like, oh
yeah,
why?
It has to be, that has to be horrible to watch back. And you're like, I was thinking about that actually. I'm watching her get in bed with Barbara, and which I kind of can't believe Barbara said yes to the date. The date went terrible. She's like, I can't believe you would say these things. And then she's like, can I get in bed with you? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, what? But it has to be. I was thinking about Jess during all this going, God, is this so awkward to watch with your new girlfriend? And
it probably, because you've been in Solene's bed, you've been in Barbara's bed, you've been, you know what I mean? I think she was even making out with Solene and then also touching Kyle's crotch at one point in the bus, coming back from one of their nights out. So I don't know. It has to be awkward. And that's why when we get into that Boston girl who was making out with Kyle at the bar, who was having her pants taken off on the beach by Kyle, we'll get into that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree. I like your choices with who you bring back. And I see a lot of them are the same in the live chat, but also I'm seeing too, a lot of people are saying Fraser seemed to have peaked. They're not enjoying Fraser as much this season. Now, I had started to see this.
Did you see Rebecca's comment? She is a Fraser Solene Lawrence. Like, shut up. Shut up, Rebecca. Haha. I know. I was like, get out of here. You made me laugh.
She's like, no, I'm serious. No, it would be a good cindy Jackson says too, Fraser has kind of been a letdown. And at the beginning of the season, because we've always been such proponents of Fraser on Anchorwatch, like since we started and he was like on, and I was telling Josh, I'm like, oh my God, we have our first like gay chief stew, and I think he's going to come in and like handle it. And he's British, and we have the accent, and it's yachting, so you're like, and he's pretty posh, so I think it would be kind of fun to watch, and it's just been like a slow roll down a hill. It's been I watch what everybody says all the time. Sometimes I share those opinions and sometimes I don't, but I'm always checking out Reddit. I'm always checking out X and seeing what people are saying. And the biggest complaint has been Fraser and his lack of being able to manage things. And we talked about this last week. In certain situations, he runs from instead of dealing with those situations head on. So I think he's, a bit of a shit stirrer too, because almost I was thinking that he wanted Kyle to get fired. Like, did you get that?
Yeah. He definitely, I think, sorry, my eye inches. I definitely think there is some bit of, we've seen him kind of stir the pot a lot. He's definitely, he said, she said, trying to get things going. And I think, I don't know if he's just playing into the reality TV and is like, oh, I know how to play the game to make it all more exciting to keep me on or whatever. And maybe he saw that opportunity with Kyle as well. I mean, I don't fully blame him for kind of how he stepped in with Kyle and what he was saying. I mean, he even was like, I think Hugo should have, if you're hearing someone on your team saying these things, instead of going, I'm out, he's like, you're his leader, you should be stepping in a little more. And he did say that. It's an interesting, I can see both sides where he's not directly affecting the work at the moment. And it's just like, you guys are off the clock drinking. I don't know. It's a weird thing, but yeah, sometimes I think it's weird. Fraser decides to step in at weird moments. And then when other things are actually happening, like cabins
You've
are not
said that
properly
before,
getting.
though.
Yes, he's not
You've said
properly,
that
like,
before.
he's not, you should be stepping in and managing Solene versus stepping in and managing someone that's not even on your team. So,
well, which, I mean, he's been doing with the chef the whole time. He's been always micromanaging, Chef Anthony, and I get the importance of working together and communicating, the chef and the chief stew, but I feel like it's been a little overwhelming. Tiffany Dean says Fraser handled the Kyle thing the best way he could have. That was the best moment all season. Instead of going to the captain, he met with the other department head of his department, who made Kyle do it himself. Well, it wasn't the head. It was still Damo, right? Isn't Damo the one who went and talked to Kyle about, hey, everyone's talking about this? And then Kyle said, I'm going to go take care of this, bite it in the butt, and go talk to the captain myself. And that's what
yes,
he
I
did.
think it was Damo. I have to,
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I was coming out of a horrible migraine when I started this episode. I even debated waiting for the West Coast time because I was like, I'm in a hotel clearly, and I was like in bed at 4 p.m. And then I woke up and I was like, it's on. And I was like, I think I'm okay. And then like as it went on, my Tylenol kicked in and I was like, okay, I can manage. But there's the first 10 minutes of the episode are a little like, I was like,
below deck that gave you the migraine, or did you have it?
I honestly, this migraine has been going on for a week. I'm in this episode. It's awful. If you get migraines, you know what I'm talking about. Maybe Horrible. It was last week's episode that started it, and now here we are a week later, and I'm
there we go. Solene's back. Freddie Reality Diamond says Fraser was in no position to try to criticize Hugo's management skills when everyone thinks his are questionable, and that's what everybody has been questioning. And yes, spot on, Freddie. Freddie, wait, in the live chat, I think you're going to BravoCon, but let me know. And yeah, that's exciting. Okay, I want to jump in because before we go into the Kyle's birthday thing, because that's like the main thing we have to talk about today. I thought the crew did a good job of turning everything around as far as, we got rid of the Karen, legit, Democrats. Fucking love it. So and they made everything fun again. And this pillow fight was like fun. I was like, this is okay, cool, whatever. Yes. Before we get to like the tip, which I was kind of disappointed because these charter guests and primaries, they've been on before, Gelsey, and they've left amazing tips.
Oh,
this
really?
one was, yes, this is the lowest one they've ever left. And I think everyone got almost $1,700. It was like a $22,000 tip.
It was 22. They got 16 something. They got about 1,600, which first of all, the pillow talk, the pillow fight, I like clinched up because I thought it was so fun. And then I was like, who thought that having a pillow fight, because the mess, I was like, this was the worst idea. It was like almost worse than the foam party.
That's doing like a foam party. I was just going to say the foam party.
But it's like these things that like, this is a good idea. And I'm like, and now there's feathers. Do you know how much of a bitch that was to pick up? I was like, come on. We could have thought of something not so like, let's make it hell for the crew after the 10 minutes of fun for the guests. But that's the tip. Yeah, I'm curious. I don't know or think that necessarily Kyle had anything to do with a shitty tip because
no.
The primary was the one asking for it. And she even was like, thanks for being my flotation device. And she's the one tipping. Unless it's her husband behind, like, who just gave her the envelope.
I don't know if they thought, well, you had one less guest and we're going to leave you a little less. I don't know what the thought process was behind that.
And they dealt with her. And they dealt with, like, the drunken guest. Now, like, we're so sorry. You think they would, like, overcompensate with that.
Or maybe the primary, since she went off and helped her dumb friend, at the hotel. Maybe she thought she didn't get the experience. You know what I mean? I don't know. It could have gone either way. Could have gone either way. Yeah. Live chat, you guys are sounding off today. There's 200 in the room, so hit that like button. It helps us out tremendously. I won't repeat it, I promise, but you guys always take care of us. Gelsey, don't wave your head around. You just got over a migraine.
I know. You guys, I have a lot of head trauma in my past. I've had 5 concussions, and that's why I've had a migraine in a bad concussion.
You barely walk.
And that was, I'm like finally feeling better today, and I do that. I was just so excited. There's 200.
Oh my gosh. So Brandy in the live chat says Fraser pissed me off consoling Solene, yet never reprimands her when she's doing a crap job, but he wants to console her over her own self-inflicted pain. What the fuck? Yes, Brandy. I'm spot on there with you.
Fuck.
What the fuck? Come on, Fraser. What are you doing? We
Like
don't like
literally though,
Solene.
she's right. It's so true. It's just like, and console her for what? She did it to herself. I'm so like, oh my God, I'm just so over it. I'm
I'm
so
over
it.
her. I just like I have my notes are like I don't want to see this bitch on my TV again. I'm like so done with it. It's
I don't even
ridiculous.
I don't even make notes about her anymore, to be honest, because I'm just like, she's not
No,
important enough. She's not worth my
no,
time.
no,
Yeah.
no. Breakaway, thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate you. Breakaway says off topic, but maybe save for the end. On my mind right now, before I forget, can you share how to get the lights? The lights we have behind us. I gotta watch my Bravo like that. Is that what you're talking about?
The lights behind?
This one? Can you share how to get the lights you all have?
Just let us
Let
know.
us know in the live. Yeah, let us know in the live chat. And thank you for the super chat. Yeah,
And
Amazon.
we'll drop the link to Amazon. It's quite cheap. You just plug them in and shine them up and you'll look cool.
Do you know what's so funny when you like content create, and Adam and I have moved so many times because we also, we play with real estate as well. We buy and sell and renovate and stuff like that. And it's really, really hard to find like a good setup while you're always moving into different places and redoing places. So lighting is key. Yes. So this lighting, I'll put it in the description after the live. It's just it's an outdoor light actually, and it works really well.
They come with
they're
a little
amazing.
remote.
Yeah.
That's what the influencers do. They do like the hand thing behind.
Oh yeah. Yeah, my remotes. Do you see my remote? Use my code and get 20% off your next purchase of a light.
What I'm using for my lighting is the LED $10 Amazon. It's just like, it's really cute.
I really like the pink and the red, and the yellow makes my skin look good, and the blue is nice.
Okay. I don't really like the purple. It just doesn't, it kind of clashes with my nail color, but it might work for you. So yeah.
Horrible.
Oh,
I would be the worst influencer ever.
It's so bad. Oh my gosh.
Thank you so much again for the super chat. When we're talking, I'll try to dig through my Amazon history because I'm not sure what they're not expensive either.
No, mine were like $15, but I have my link. I'll send it over because I just bought mine. Clearly.
Oh, that was a nice little break though from Below Deck for a second. Now let's jump back
I know.
in.
I kind of was. I like just chatting. Maybe we should do that more. We should have like a little like 5
Well, we
minute,
do have, and you're jumping on too, but we do have a members only live, a weekly live starting, I think in a week and a half or 2 weeks. It's an hour and a half live stream. So I'll be on hosting most of it. Adam will be on. I know you're going to come on. There's going to be some other callers from different shows come on too, because we're behind a paywall on members. It's I believe it's only $1.99 for a membership. We're never going to make it more. Because like otherwise some creators charge like $14 for their shit. I'm like, I could have HBO Max and like watch real movies.
I'm
you know
like,
what I mean? Like
why actual professional things? Like,
yeah, why don't want to see you talk anymore
for that much?
But behind the paywall, we can have people on, which was kind of fun.
I'm dying. Okay, Jason. We got to talk about Stilly, Scottish, Kyle, whatever, his birthday. Scottish. We got to talk about him getting laid under the urinal. That was
well, I mean, like his whole birthday night ended up with him making out at a bar.
Which fine.
Maybe like doing something hooking up on the beach, and then supposedly or allegedly having sex in some random bathroom, which is kind of disgusting. Like I just would never want to portray myself like that at all because that's not who I am. But it is gross. It's just like
sex on the beach. I was like, oh, this is like, it just moved quick. They're strangers. But I was like, you know what? He's over everything. He just wants to get laid. And clearly she was down within 6 minutes. It shows. This is where I don't buy it. She's a really
that is a very good point. I didn't even think about that, Gelsey.
That's what I don't buy. I'm not saying that. I'm not calling her a tramp or this, that. Like, go have a one night stand, have fun, be like, you know what? This is a night I'll never, it's just like bucket list check off, whatever. But within 6 minutes, a stranger comes up to you at a bar and says, "You're so pretty. I have to come talk to you. It's my birthday. Let's have a drink." And then you're making out, and then you're going and getting laid on the beach, like so quick. I was like, it does make sense with the timing of when they ordered the food and the food gets there and he's gone. I was like, oh, okay, maybe. But this is where even a one night stand doesn't move this fast. I mean, maybe I have some friends that used to use Grindr that said they moved like that, but that's literally 2 people on an app that were like, "We're meeting in the back alley." And, like, I've had
Tell
friends
me
that are
where
like, I
and
didn't even know their
when.
name. I was like, "What?" But
I'm so
I
lucky I've never used
I
anything
know.
like that. I'm
No,
yeah.
you're not like
Ugh.
that. I'm not like that either.
Um,
Even
you know what?
but
It's
but
crazy though, 'cause that's a really good point. No, go ahead, go ahead.
even one night stands take time. Anytime I don't even think I've had, like, a proper one night stand. I think it's I've have I moved that fast? It's not someone I never didn't see again, or you know what I mean? It was like,
Kelsey, you don't have to spill it. You don't have
I'm
to
not
s
trying to. I'm like, I'm not, but
You're like, "Let
no,
me
I'm just
think.
trying to
Have I had a one night stand
I'm
before?
like,
Oh,
"Have
yeah,
I?"
that
No,
one
I'm just
time."
trying to justify, like, even in that situation, it would take me longer right now. God, a one night stand sounds freaking horrible, but it would take me longer than 6 minutes. And any of my friends that are one night stand girlies, which I don't even know if they are. Anyways, you need to have it's like hours. You go out all night, you drink, you're
Name
getting
'em.
drunk, and then you're like, I went home with them. It's not like you haven't even finished the drink. And that's where I'm just like, it's nothing against her. I just don't believe this situation. I don't, it doesn't
Right.
check out for me. And the fact that she's on
Right, it
camera and
is
she's even looking
strange.
at the camera and they come back and they're applauding and she's like, yeah, I did it. And it's like, I'm like, is this your 15 minutes of fame where you're like, oh shit, there's cameras. Oh, it's below deck. Well, I'm going to do something crazy to be memorable. I'm
You'd
going
be
to screw
surprised
this
what
guy.
people do for their 15 minutes of fame, though. You know what
I
I mean?
know. I know.
Breakaway 34 says exactly. I'm like, how does this happen? Um, who else said it?
I
That was
just
so disgusting,
I don't buy it.
sleazy. I mean, these are the
It
things
is.
coming in. The men's bathroom on the floor, bleh, gross. I thought it was a
Couldn't we
prostitute. Oh, okay.
like,
Well,
that's
yeah,
why I was
yeah,
like,
no.
was she hired by the producers to be there? And they were like, "You should go check out that girl," and they, like, already paid her? And again, I'm not calling her a whore. That's not my intention here. Again, I would be
I
like,
mean,
anyone that wants
call her anything.
it just
Actions
the
speak louder
timing of
than
it, it was
words.
too
So
quick.
you don't have to say it. You know?
It was too quick to go into the men's bathroom and put your head under a urinal and get screwed without a condom. Also, that's the other thing. I was like, he was so scared. He's like, I didn't wrap it up. I'm concerned. And I was like, so she didn't think that like she didn't seem obliterated. Like, again, I'll spill a little. Like, I've had situations where I'm like, oh my God, I don't think
God,
we use
Kelsey.
protection. And like, okay, this was a long time ago, you guys. It doesn't matter. It's
That makes it
happened,
better.
but when I'm drunk, like, okay, and I sound like a drunken floozy. I'm not, you guys.
Keep
No, but
going, Gelsey.
I'm
Just walk yourself off
trying
the
to
cliff.
justify it's happened before, but I go, oh my God, I had one too many drinks and I just like it didn't happen. And even if it was with someone I was with and like my boyfriend, it's like, okay, but she wasn't hammered. Like, this is where I'm just like, something's not adding up to me. That's all I'm saying.
It's weird. I mean, listen, I don't know. A lot of people want to be on TV, you know what I mean? And some people
That's
will do
true.
whatever. Freddie, you are so full of great points. You have to join us one time. You would love Freddie, Gelsey.
Yes.
Yeah, but he says Kyle is one of those types that feels they need to do anything and everything to stay on the show, 1,000%. And that's what I was talking about, Gelsey, earlier too, on Watch What Happens Live, when I felt like Fraser was kind of coaching him, you know what I mean? And like patting his leg and then, you know, he came out with all this weird stuff and like, maybe I'm lying, maybe I'm not. I want to go into porn. It's like, that's not going to keep you around because you just become more uninteresting. You're as interesting as Solene at this point. You know
Mhm.
what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, seriously.
I agree. It's
Seriously.
there's no depth. There's no depth there. I agreed. Well, real quick, I just want to say, did you notice though that Kyle looked a lot better on Watch What Happens Live than he does? Like,
Uh,
he looks horrible in this episode. I was like, bro, and I know he's been drinking, he's been stressed, sad, whatever, and they're working like dogs. They're not getting proper sleep, but like he does
well, and it was
not
his
look
birthday. And then like in this photo right here that I clipped,
it's
this is when he was
oh,
talking to Captain Carey. And remember, like he chugged a bottle of wine that morning. Did you
that's
hear him say that? Like the morning of work.
you look at him, and then when he came on Watch What Happens Live, like his skin was flawless. He looked fresh. I was like, wow, he looks really good. I will give him that. Like, because I always think he looks a little
I
rough, but
Yeah, he does look a little rough, but he has a good body and like the way he carries himself, I think kind of like makes up for that in a way.
I don't
I
know.
don't
There's
know.
something gross about him. I there last
It's like,
season I
yeah,
liked
there's
it.
something, yeah, yeah,
I used
that's funny. I didn't feel like he was put together and Watch What Happens Live. I'm like, what are we wearing? Like Fraser didn't take you shopping before,
I
you know,
mean,
like
yeah, his outfit wasn't great. His skin just looked better. He just looked so bad in the episode. And then, I mean, he probably has makeup on. It's for never mind. Never mind. I forget what those shows they're like touching up and they got lighting where it's like on below deck. It's like they're waking up and there's just
They're like, "Blah."
guerrilla style filming, and yeah,
They're
my
like,
bad.
"Good
Okay.
morning. I just slept with like 5 people and had 4 bottles of champagne, and I'm ready to work. It's
But
time to
I
go."
was gonna say I think Damo was kind of right when he was like, I feel like he's like crying for help a little bit.
I
What
felt
did you
that
think?
too. I
Yeah.
wanna compare, Kyle, I don't know if you watched, I believe it was season 9, my other least favorite season of Below Deck, where
Mhm.
there was a bosun. I'm sorry, he wasn't a bosun. Was he a bosun? No, he was a deckhand named Jake. And Jake was kind of always doing things for attention. I mean, this guy was like, his ass was always out. Like, he would have his
Mhm.
ass down. I
Mhm.
think he made out with Fraser, as well. Um, and he like dove off the deep end too. It was almost a cry for help, like wanting that
Mhm.
attention, because he also turned to like some porn stuff on Twitter, OnlyFans, and just looked like, oh, like not what we saw on Below Deck. I'm like, what did you do? You just went and ruined your life. So I really hope Kyle doesn't like turn into that
I hope so too,
kind of
because it's
stuff.
of
But
course
I
I
think
wanna
Damo, right?
I do.
Like
Yeah, hopefully
it's
but it's been over a year since this is all filmed, and here he is going, I wanna get into, the adult industry, so it's like, who knows, but
maybe he
I do
didn't
wanna
get on
bring up
season 13.
Yeah, right. I do wanna bring up a point though with this whole did he, didn't he with Helen. Someone said with the it's Tesker after maybe banging celebrity below desk yeah.
Oh,
Um
okay.
Helen, because that's what is on her Instagram handle, which I do not follow her. I have a mission. I wanna work with her lingerie company, actually. I was like,
Oh,
"This is gonna happen." I'm a boudoir model, if y'all don't know, I do that as well, and so I was
well,
like,
see,
"Let's."
that's the difference. That I was going to bring that up too, Gelsey. It's
Mhm.
like, so Gelsey does a lot of. I mean, we've both done some like really like fun
Risky.
shoots and stuff like that. But you were a burlesque dancer. You've also been a
Mhm,
topless dancer. I used to choreograph
mhm.
topless dancers, in New York. Just a fun fact. But
Casually.
hello, you just
I used to
casually.
dance topless. I did in
Yeah.
Vegas.
And there's like, I don't know, there's a way of presenting it. Perception is everything. I think
Yeah,
porn just kind of just and some
degrades.
parts of
There's a
OnlyFans kind
classy
of degrades it. You know what I mean? There's a
yeah,
way
there's a
of,
classy way to do it.
by the way, this is a really good time to pitch. So, Gelsey is in the run up. I think you're like number 2 or something like that for the cover of Maxim magazine, and you can go vote for her. I believe in the description is the link if you want to go vote for Gelsey. But check her
Yeah, that'd
photos
be
out. It's
awesome.
amazing. You can also
Thank
follow
you.
Gelsey on Instagram.
Yes, if you
That's
follow me, my
also in the
link is there
description
too.
below.
Yeah, I'm annoying on my story with the voting right now because you get 1 free vote every day, so I'm on a level 11. I have to get past level 12, and then I get an interview, so that's fingers crossed. If you could vote for
Let's do
me,
it.
follow me, also DM me if a few of you have, and it's been so fun to connect and chat, so shoot me a message and let's chat. It doesn't have to be about Below Deck. It could be
Well,
about
you know
migraines.
what? Kyle might find your profile and hit you up too.
Go Kyle, hit me up. I'm not gonna sleep with you, but I will chat all day,
Kyle
all
lives
day.
in
Oh,
requests.
but I do want to bring up a point. Thank you, Cindy. You said you've been voting. I thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. But um, I do want to bring up a point about did he, didn't he in the water with celebrity guest Helen. Um,
Yes.
I said this to Jason last night. Actually, we had a quick phone call and we were chatting about all this, and I was like, I just don't know if it's possible for it to have happened because I was like, I don't know if you've ever had sex in the water, but doesn't
I have not.
like the
I don't
dick
think I'm
just
missing
kind of like
anything by that.
floats around and it's not like really hard and you can't really get it in and it's just actually I don't even think I ever have because of this reason. Like it's not possible. I don't we both like we did in the hot tub. I was like, no, you didn't. It's not possible. It's possible, but and it hurt. What? No, I don't buy it.
Yeah, and I just
It's just you know what I mean? It's like the seaweed pee pee that's just like you can't, it's just like floating around like this. It's not like
well, also how what are you like? Okay, here's the thing. He's in the beach. He's in the water, right? He's
Mhm.
surrounded by. I mean, Damo was in the water. Her
You're
husband
right
was like right
there.
there.
You're right
What
there.
was the mafia looking guy? He was right there.
Frankie.
The seaweed PP. That's gonna become a thing. That needs to go on a shirt.
The
Um,
seaweed baby. Little hat with seaweed.
just a couple little seaweed peepees rolling around. Um, sorry.
Oh, this is good.
Where did we go left? No, but he's in he's in the beach. Oh God,
I can't wait for the morning
logistics
show.
chat. I know it's gonna be so much fun.
This
We have
is
so
how
many
my
fun
brain
people.
works, though. Like, I
No,
see something
I
like that,
know.
and my brain's like, "Wait a minute, let's logistically break this down here.
Well,
If
no,
they're
you're
in the
right
like,
though,
this is
Gelsey,
how I
because
think."
he had all those people around him, and then you have like the board shorts, and then I saw he had like how like the straight guys, they like leave the board shorts and the underwear and blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, this is many layers of like pulling it out. You know what I mean?
Like, you'd have
And
to pull
like
it down. It's not just it's like,
it's
"Hang
just
on,"
like
and then
like
but he's
you
carrying
got it.
her.
Someone would have to notice something, even if you're just like tipping it or whatever.
But so
All
she
about the
has to
tip.
pull her swimsuit aside. He's holding her, so his hands are full. So she would have to untie his pants and then pull him down enough, which would have to go under his butt. So there would definitely be some weird scooching movement. And then
I
she'd
mean,
have to like
it
go
would
in and
just
yank
it's
aside.
too much.
You would see
And
this
his
going on. This is what would be happening, and it
yeah,
wasn't.
well,
You would see
let
this
me
weird
get it.
scoochy thing.
And
And
he's
then
like
all we
holding
would
her
get is
and
seaweed
holding her
pee.
jugs, and like, you know what I mean? It's too
Yeah.
much. It was too
No.
much. It was too. I'm so sick of watching sex. Like, if I want to go watch stuff like that, I'll
I'd watch
click a
HBO.
website. Yeah, or hello, yeah, Game of Thrones. But like we'll go watch something else. This is Below Deck, and I think this
I
is a lot
know.
of people's problems with the show because we want to watch the Lux, we want to watch the really just the really hard guests to deal with. We want to
Mhm.
watch a crew who is working really hard. And I want a chief stew with personality again. I miss Kate Chastain. Fraser, if he has done anything, has made me miss Kate Chastain so much. Even Daisy, who's a chief stew, who will be our
Mhm.
chief stew on Below Deck Down Under next season,
Okay.
is amazing. We were Adam's birthday last year. We chartered a catamaran and she was the chief stew, and she's fucking amazing. Like, this girl is amazing as a human, as someone who works. She's amazing. I've said that like 15 times. That's how amazing she is. But I miss her. I miss Hannah. I miss like people with these personalities, and it's just, I don't know. I just need someone else there. But
Professionals.
yeah,
Professionals.
yeah, it's just too much sex, and I think it was
Yeah.
the Solene effect that we had, the
Yes.
Love Island effect,
The Love Island thing.
where people
100%.
think we needed this to make a show interesting. And
No.
when it's not broken, don't
Don't
fix it.
yeah. It
Do
makes
you
it
know what I
cheap.
mean?
It feels just cheap now.
Breakaway, I
Yeah.
need you to go away with this comment. We need Lara Rigby again. We don't need Lara. No. Oh my gosh. Actually,
I
maybe we
disagree.
do. 'Cause she
At
was
least she still kind of, like,
horrid.
stayed focused. I mean, she was, like, a little anal, neurotic, like, or whatever, and
Oh, I
narcissistic
don't know. She was
maybe,
kind of vindictive and
yeah, self-centered, but at least she
manipulative
pretended to run things more than Fraser is, like, I don't
because
know.
it made her, I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
even know. We don't, you know what? Thank you, Helene.
Kate and Daisy.
You are 100% right. That's what I watch Below Deck for, not sex. SEX. Okay.
He
So I
spells.
do have to say what really I do spell. This was my favorite moment of this episode is when
What?
you saw the look of jealousy from Solane.
Yeah.
Like, just a complete look of jealousy. I don't think she's going to last very long. We have just watched Rainbow pretty much put together and clean up every mess you could possibly think of this
Mhm.
season. Every charter, it's Rainbow and Damo staying up late, And one thing, and going back to the Fraser thing, not to make this all about Fraser, BravoCon, he's probably gonna be like, "Fuck you." But
Sorry.
sorry.
Okay.
But, when Rainbow's like, "I got this," and you're looking at all of the feathers everywhere, as a chief stew, like, when I used to run Lisa Vanderpump's restaurants in LA, I would also leave with the last person, even if I was
Mhm.
the first person in. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because it starts at the top. Everything
Good
starts at the
leadership.
top, and
Yeah.
yep, and it trickles down. And I felt like he should have stayed and like at least started to help. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna leave her with Solane. What is she gonna do? Eat the
Did you
feathers like a marmalade?
But did you feel like a little bit Rainbow saying, like, the way she said, "It's fine, I got this," was a little, like, self-sabotage or, like, martyr, like, I'll just do it again, it's always me," and, like, kind of, like, volunteering to be put in that spot so she can be like, "Well, look, here I am again." It felt a little bit like that to me, to be honest,
Yeah.
but
Hmm.
she also is the only one that works hard, so
Yeah, she is the only one who works hard. But no, I kind of agree because we talked about that early on. She does kind of self-sabotage herself. But I think right now, she um, right now I feel like she is just taking it up the butt right now. You know what I mean? She's like, whatever,
Yeah.
it's gonna be me anyway, so let me just go.
Yeah, that's true.
Um,
Yeah.
so okay, guys, a good point. Mary Bunker said Fraser was on the Private Parts podcast and he was on an English TV show right now. I'm interesting. I know he was on a reality show before, Made in Chelsea, which Freddie reminded us of last week. But I did listen to part of that podcast because someone sent it to me. And someone who did send it to me said, you got to like listen to this because Fraser kind of gives some spiel about the show we haven't heard yet. So I was listening, and this person also said he comes off like kind of not great. And I'm like, what is it with him? Because again, Fraser, this ego or whatever it is, it wasn't there in season 9 or 10. Like it wasn't there. You know what I mean? So I don't know if it's just the TV effect or whatever.
TV gets to people, and I think it's, he's got a bigger following now on Instagram, and I think it just gets to people's heads.
Freddie, you weren't the only one, because I wasn't calling you out for saying that because the person who did send it to me was like, he looks horrible, like he's just whatever. But he has been on reality TV before. I think that's what he wants. It's the fame. But listen, we have a really really good episode, it looks like, next week. So we have a boat full of restaurateurs, like really high level restaurateurs. So I'm really excited to see what Chef Anthony is going to do, because I have said this and you've said this before. If I was going on a yacht with a chef who, I mean, like, look at some of these chefs, Chef Serena, Chef Anthony, even, I want them to, like, this is what I don't like. Just don't put peanuts. I'm allergic to peanuts. Just don't put that around, but make whatever you do. Thing. Like, I want to eat that kind of thing. That's what I would love to do. So, I'm glad that they're like, we want the chef to make dinner that night and whatever he wants. And I'm like, yes, here we go. Maybe this is going to be the part where he's going to fuck up,
freak out. He does have a temper, and that has come out. He's punched walls, and
Oh, I can't wait to see it. Like, that's what I want to watch. The frustration of the job. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to see random people's pants come off.
That's, I know. I want to see the stress of the job, not of the sexual frustration, like you said, and the drunken stupidness. But it is a really weird thing. I'm going to plug one more thing of myself here, you guys, because
do it.
I'm just feeling it today. But I actually have my own YouTube channel. It's not near as big as Adam's. I'm still building it, but it kind of gives an insight of my whole career in the entertainment industry. And I just last week put out a video of an overview of what it looks like to work on cruise ships. So if you're curious about that, check it out. It's similar and different than yachting, but I definitely will say on cruise ship contracts, and I can feel it at this point. And even Chef Serena said, sorry, I always screw up her name, and I'm so sorry. Love her. That there becomes this halfway point where everyone kind of flips and loses it, and that. And I saw that on ship contracts as well. We did 9-month contracts, and it was like the last 2 months, all of a sudden people got weird and angry, and it's just like they needed off the ship. And I think that's where we're going to get. And I think that's where we're about to enter as well with this charter crew. We're about to hit the point when they're like, get me the hell off this boat.
Well, we only have 3 charters left, or maybe even 2 or 3. I can't remember. But yeah, no, it is true. And we watched that on Below Deck Down Under last season. We watched them get to the end, and people were just like frail. They were like, get me off this boat. I mean, I couldn't even imagine being Serena or Lara.
Oh my God. That had to be the stress, like cortisol, like adrenal systems when there's that much drama and that small of a boat. Like, talk about like when you go to work and have to walk on eggshells. We've all been there when we're like the person we hate or the manager that's like, and it's just like every step you make is like agonizing, horrible, sends you off. But imagine living. You can't get away from it.
Yeah, you can't.
Or some of them room together.
Even like the quarters. Yeah, that was the great thing about visiting you on the cruise ship, because we actually went to St. Martin together. And,
we did.
Yeah, and visiting you on the cruise ship, you had your own space. Yes, was it not big?
Room.
We made it feel like a mansion, but
it was so small. Jason and I slept together in the same. It wasn't even a twin bed. It was like thinner than a twin bed and a little longer, and we slept head to toe in the bed together, like head to foot. I mean, we're like, oh great, good night.
Well, then we could talk to each other. You know what I mean? Because it's like Gelsey and I are those people. I don't know if you can tell, but we start something, we just keep talking. So and then it's like 3 hours later and we've missed like all our other appointments. So yeah, we never went to bed. Like it just like we were like, remember this time?
Yeah.
And then also quoting, Little Britain. That's also something we do. So thank you, Tess. You can follow, the link is in the live chat. And then I also have it linked below. You are tagged, so you guys can go find her in the description below. Tess, thank you for being here. And thank you all of our moderators who are here all the time. Annika, thank you for being here. And Vicky when she's here. And TT Tall, thank you so much for the super chat. Bless you all. I'm busy with Lively Reynolds versus the Baldoni case. I was dragged in. Ooh. Yes.
Oh.
I'm not paying attention to
I'm
that.
not up to date with that.
Yeah, I'm not up to date with it. I just want to like get to the end of it. It's kind of like the Johnny
Yeah.
Depp trial. It's like, and what's going
100%.
to happen? And what's going to happen?
Or the Diddy trial.
Guys,
I was just like, baby oil, and
baby oil. Baby oil.
And Diddy guilty.
Guys, 265 in the room. Hit the like button for us. We appreciate you. And if you guys prefer listening on the podcast, we are on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your shows. And if you do listen to the podcast, leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. It helps us out a lot, especially with our advertisers and our sponsors. And we have a lot of great things coming up. I'm going to be seeing Gelsey in like 2 weeks. Is it like 2 weeks?
Yes.
2 weeks in Palm Springs. We're actually going to be with some of the cast from the Valley. And one of our new partners with Up and Atom, we're doing a big event. So we're going to be doing, if you're not part of the members, now is the time, because we're starting a weekly live morning show on members, for members, only for members. It's a format that we want to try out because we are working on something bigger, which you will find out on members. Gelsey will be there too. But yeah,
I'll give you some more deep secret spilling sex talk on that show.
I
got stories. My dating life
about you or someone else.
my dating history and the stories I have. Look, I was single for 7 years and was not desperately trying to find someone, but I was on the apps like, all right, I'm late 20s.
I'm glad you were single after that one, because now you found a good one.
Oh no, I needed to be single for a long time, but I've dated a lot, one-offs month here and
what does Josh say? Josh, who he used to be here on Anchorwatch. He's doing great, by the way, but send him a hello, guys. He loves to hear from you guys. He always says, every relationship is supposed to fail until you find the right one. So like fail until you find the right one. You can't fail.
The best learning tool. Like my dad was like, man, you've dated, you could write a book. And I was like, I've got stories.
Your dad said that?
I nickname everyone. I've dated Rocket Man, Pooper Scooper, Airline Pilot,
yeah, Rocket Man.
Rocket Man. That's
Rocket Man. Rocket Man was the rich one with like the frozen meals, right? Was that him?
Yes. Yeah, he made me a frozen burrito and I drove 5 hours from Vegas to go see him. Guys, I have stories.
Yeah. Bye, girl. No. Thanks.
Yeah, we done.
If you had a frozen Hermes bag, that might be nice, but yeah, not a burrito.
Right, yeah. No, people I got taken advantage of a lot. People chewed me up and spat me out, and I was dumb enough to. I'm a very nice. I see the positive in everybody, and I'm very empathetic, and I'm a people pleaser. So
you got Solene.
I did. I got pooped on a lot. Not literally. Oh my god. Ew, gross. You know what I mean? Like people. You know what I'm saying? Like I got people.
Yeah, you got pooped on.
Led me on and then screwed me over. There we go. I was like, I dated a guy for 3 months in his 40s, and then he ghosted me after 3 months.
Guys, this is the part of the show where Gelsey is announcing our new dog poop bags with Anchorwatch on it, so you can clean up your own dog poop with Anchorwatch bags coming to a merch store near you.
Merch. My necklaces are still in the. I'm talking to my manufacturers every day.
Did we tell them about this?
We did last week.
What it's going to say? No, I know, but the necklaces and what it's going to look like.
Should I say what it is?
Did we?
No, I didn't say what the design is. Fuck it, I'll tell you. I'm designing a really dainty, beautiful gold. I'm a goldie girl, so eventually if you're a silver girl, we can probably work something out. But a dainty gold chain with 2 charms. There's going to be an anchor with a little diamond in it and a little champagne bottle engraved with Anchorwatch as the label of that champagne. So that is what's coming your way. I cannot wait to get my own. I've been chatting. They're in the mix of sending me my first sample. So when I get that, I will show it off to you all and show you what's coming your way. I'm very excited about this.
I can't wait. I'm excited because we're revamping all of that. Yeah, it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be great. All right, guys, let's Gelsey, let's let these people go.
Okay, I know it's been an hour.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I know it's been an hour. I didn't think I was like Gelsey. We got to just make it to 40 minutes today and talk about Kyle. But look, we did it. We did it, guys. Thank you so much for the support. Leave us where you're watching from and what you thought of this episode in the comments below. We love reading the comments. We always go and answer the comments like every week, just like we talk to live chat. It's like my favorite thing to do is see the live chat. And thanks guys for being here and helping us get started on Anchorwatch again back on YouTube, because we did take a hiatus and we were on the podcast and Gelsey jumped into the hot seat. And Gelsey, I think you're doing such a great job.
Thank
and it's
you.
just so fun and easy, like it was with Josh, because we're all friends and it's just like kind of fun to, you know, sit here and talk. And we will see you guys all next week, same time, same place. And then we will be join our members because we're going to go live from Palm Springs. All right.
Yes.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.